Hi, welcome back. It's the third Friday of the month, and that means it's time for the next installment of my series with Crafty Concepts with Erin. We started this sketchbook series 14 months ago because we are on pattern number 14. We are working our way through the Close to My Heart, Make It From Your Heart Volume 6 sketchbook. And of course that is no longer available, sadly, but I know many of you have this sketchbook, so you can follow along with us. If you don't have the sketchbook, here's the sketch. I'll leave it there for you for just a second, and if you want to take a screenshot, please feel free to do that. So as you can see, this sketch has quite a few little squares and just 4 or 5 photos. So at first I was thinking I didn't like the squares because we've been doing a lot of that, but once I started putting it together and bringing in my papers and bringing in my photos, I really like the way that this was going. So I have these photos of our oldest granddaughter, Charlotte. You guys have heard me talk about her before, but this is her on her brand new bike, and I will tell you more about that as we go along. So I'm going to clear this off and we will go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see, I have brought in my 2 pieces of my white willow cardstock, and I've got all the pattern pieces cut in 2x2 squares. Let me tell you about this pattern paper. It comes from several different collections, actually. This one actually, oops, is from a current, this is a current Stampin' Up! Collection. I think it's called Dandy Designs, and I'll link that for you down below because that is on clearance right now, and I have used that before in a video, and I'll link that for you down below as well. This one I think I bought at Joann's. That was from American Crafts. This is from an older Stampin' Up! Paper pack, and this is from the Close to My Heart. I can't remember what that was. In Full Bloom is what it was called. So those are the colors and the patterns that I have chosen, and I'm just going to go ahead and start laying them out here. And I actually have a sketch off to my right here that I'm looking at because I did put this together earlier in the day, kind of lay it out so that I knew, could see what I wanted to do here. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 of them. I'm missing one, this one. Okay, across the top, and then I'm going to start laying them out across the bottom here. I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll be right back. Whew, the squares are all adhered down, and let me tell you, my first amount and my T-square ruler were my best friend on this, trying to get those squares adhered down. So that leaves me the space for my 4x6 photo, which I always print it out as with a white mat, so that is a true 4x6, and then I did a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 cardstock mat around that, and I thought this color matched perfectly. So when you see her happy little face there, and that's Granddad back there, my husband, the cyclist, biking with her. So we had decided that she needed a new bike. She outgrew her other one. She still hasn't learned to ride without her training wheels, but my daughter and son-in-law live on a very busy street, and there really isn't any room, any place for them to go and practice riding, so it's difficult to find time to go out and do that. But anyway, look at that. She's so happy. She had outgrown her bike, so Granddad and I talked about it, and we decided we wanted to buy her her new bike, because it's not just for her. When she outgrows that bike, then it'll be passed down to her sister, and when her sister outgrows the bike, it'll be passed down to, hopefully, Addie, our youngest granddaughter. So it was like buying a bike for each of them. So she was so happy. She got her bike, got her helmet. Granddad rode over on his bike one day when we were visiting, and they rode down. There's a trail by them. I'm going to go ahead and get some embellishments here in a second. Let me bring in those embellishments and show you what I've been doing, and I'll finish my story. Here's the title that I have stamped, and cut out with a deckled circle die from Stampin' Up, and I'll show you how I did that. And then I've also cut out some of the leaves and flowers from the Close to My Heart die set. I can't remember what that one was called, but I'm sure you probably have something like that in your stash. And let's see, there's a bike here cut out, and that comes from the Stampin' Thing Cuts called Gnomes for Summer scrapbooking set. And let's see, I'm going to put that title, I think, here. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with those markers in a second. And then I think the leaves and things are going to go over here. Found this title. It's actually from the sticker sheet from the Enjoy the Ride paper pack from Close to My Heart. So it says Enjoying the Little Things, and I thought that would be a perfect spot for the title down here. And let's just work on some embellishment clusters over here. So anyway, Granddad and I babysit the girls once a week, and while the weather is nice, Granddad will ride over on his bike from our house. And so he rode over on his bike, and we picked Charlotte up from school and went to the park. They have a park nearby with this, it's called the Freedom Trail. And we took her over there to practice riding her bike for the first time. And she was absolutely thrilled. She was so excited. So we've done that a couple of times, and hopefully we can get her riding her bike pretty soon without the training wheels. A few more finishing touches. I was going to show you how I did that title, but first I want to stamp the bike so that has a chance to dry. I'm going to stamp it with my intense black ink from Close to My Heart. Of course, if you have Stampin' Up Memento Black, I think it is, the Tuxedo ink, you can use that. So sometimes with an image like this, I find it's easier to die cut the image and then line it up and stamp. To stamp the title piece, I'm simply going to take my white cardstock. I'll just flip it over and use the back side. I'm going to use my stamp. I wanted it in 2 colors, so I'm going to use my markers. And I've got Azure Afternoon here, and I'm going to use the brush tip. And with the brush tip, I simply color in the letters that I want to be this color. So I get that all colored in. And then I'll take the second color, and I wanted that to be in Berry Burst. And again, with the brush tip, laying your marker down kind of on the side to get the widest part of it, and go over the word that I want to be in that color. Okay. And then I'll simply stamp, but first I wanted to, before I stamped, I forgot to do this part, I wanted to do the background in some Lemon Lolly here. So I've got some of this, and I'm just sponging the background before I stamp. Now I can huff on this, and then I can stamp. Okay, yes, I know that wasn't a very good impression, but I was just trying to show you quickly how it is done. So that obviously is the better impression that I will be using for my title. Okay, so let's put the finishing touches on here. We'll go ahead and adhere our title down. And let's put the bike on. I thought about popping it up, but I think that's going to be good enough. Like so. And the sun I stamped and then I sponged with the yellow, but I didn't quite like it, so I added some yellow glimmer brush from my Close to My Heart stash, and we'll add that up here. So while I finish this up, I do want to take a moment just to say thank you very much for joining me today, and if you like this video, don't forget to give that a thumbs up. And please be sure to check out all the other videos in the description box below, and also down in the description box is where I have a list of all the supplies that I used here today. So if you're interested in any of those, you can definitely check that out. All right, I had this title that said Brave, and that was from an old Close to My Heart set called Captured Happiness, and it has a lot of these different words and phrases in it, which are absolutely perfect for almost any layout that you do. So I think that's going to finish it up for me. Oh, I do have a little bit of journaling that I wrote out on these journaling strips that we have here. And I think I'll just put these over here and we'll snip it with our scissors. Got the strips adhered down. One more last piece. I've got this little like file tab up here, so I'm going to put the date of, it was September, I don't remember the exact date, but that's not that important. It was September of 2024. So there you have it. That's all ready to go in my album. Let me hold that up for you so you can take a look at all the different elements here on this page, and let me bring in the sketch that we started with. So there you have it. There's the sketch, and there's my rendition. What do you think? Thanks for joining me today. See you next time here on YouTube. Bye.